What is the stupidest thing you've done just to show you could do it? I met Jessica at a coffee shop in Portland back in 2014. She was sitting outside on the patio, cigarette in one hand, laptop in the other, working on some freelance graphic design project. I was immediately attracted to her. She had this effortless cool that I'd never been able to pull off, with her vintage leather jacket and perfectly messy blonde hair. We hit it off immediately. She was funny, smart, and had this dry sense of humor that caught me off guard. The only thing that bothered me was the smoking. Jessica went through about a pack and a half a day, chain smoking Marlboro Lights like they were going out of style. I'd grown up in a household where nobody smoked. My parents were health nuts who ran marathons and ate organic everything. The smell of cigarettes on Jessica's clothes and in her apartment was completely foreign to me, but I figured it was something I could overlook. After we'd been dating for about 6 months, I started making little comments about the smoking. Nothing too pushy at first, just mentioning articles I'd read about lung cancer, or suggesting we go for runs together instead of sitting on her balcony while she smoked. Jessica would usually just laugh it off. "You don't understand, Ryan," she'd say, lighting up another cigarette. "It's not just a habit, it's an addiction. I've tried to quit probably 15 times. The longest I've made it is 3 weeks. I didn't really get it. How hard could it be to just not do something? I'd given up soda in college and barely thought about it after the first week." When Jessica talked about withdrawal symptoms and cravings, it sounded like she was making excuses. Millions of people quit smoking every year, I'd tell her. "You just have to want it badly enough." This went on for months. I'd find pamphlets about smoking cessation programs and leave them on her kitchen counter. I'd casually mention how much money she could save if she quit. She was spending almost $200 a month on cigarettes. I even bought her a book called The Easy Way to Stop Smoking for her birthday. Jessica was patient with my crusade, but I could tell it was wearing on her. One night in March 2015, we got into a real fight about it. I'd made some comment about how quitting smoking was really just a matter of willpower, and she finally snapped. "You have absolutely no idea what you're talking about," she said, stubbing out her cigarette harder than necessary. "You've never been addicted to anything in your entire privileged little life. It's easy to judge when you've never experienced what it's actually like." "Come on, Jess. It can't be that hard. People do it all the time." "Then prove it," she shot back. "If it's so easy, start smoking for a month and then quit. Show me how simple it is." I probably should have walked away from that challenge, but I was 28 years old, stubborn, and convinced I was right. The next day, I bought my first pack of Marlboro Lights. Jessica thought I was joking at first. When I lit up my first cigarette on her balcony that evening, she actually laughed. "You look ridiculous," she said. "You're holding it all wrong." She was right. I had no idea what I was doing. The first few cigarettes made me dizzy and nauseous, but I powered through. I was going to prove my point. "You sent." The plan was simple. Smoke for 30 days, then quit cold turkey and show Jessica how easy it was. I even marked it on my calendar. April 15th would be my quit date. By the end of the first week, I was up to about 5 cigarettes a day. By the end of the second week, it was closer to 10. I told myself I was just being thorough. I needed to really understand what Jessica was going through. April 15th came and went. I bought a second pack 2 days earlier and told myself I just needed a few more days to fully experience the addiction before quitting. Then it was May, and I was smoking almost as much as Jessica. "So when are you going to quit?" she asked one evening as we sat on her balcony, both of us lighting up. "Soon," I said. "I want to make sure I really understand what you're dealing with first." The truth was, I was already hooked. The cigarettes had become part of my routine. Coffee and a cigarette in the morning, cigarette break at work, cigarette after dinner. I was thinking about them constantly, planning my day around when I could smoke next. Jessica started her own quit attempt in July. She'd signed up for a smoking cessation program and was using nicotine patches. I was supposed to quit with her, but I kept making excuses. "I quit next week, next month, after this stressful project at work was over." She made it 6 weeks before relapsing, but then tried again in September. This time it stuck. By Christmas 2015, Jessica had been smoke-free for 3 months. Meanwhile, I was up to a pack a day. "I thought you were going to show me how easy it was," she said one night, watching me light my third cigarette in an hour. "I'm still planning to quit," I lied. "Just not right now." That was 10 years ago. Jessica and I broke up in 2017, not because of the smoking, but we stayed friends. She's been smoke-free ever since that final quit attempt. She runs half marathons now and posts pictures of herself hiking in the mountains. I'm still smoking a pack a day. I've tried to quit probably 20 times, using everything from patches to gum to prescription medications. The longest I've made it is 2 months. Every time I light up, I think about that night when Jessica challenged me to prove how easy it was to quit smoking. I was so confident, so sure that I was stronger than addiction. I thought I'd smoke for a month, quit effortlessly, and prove my point. Instead, I proved hers, and I've been proving it every single day for the past decade.